This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Salam and welcome to the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri. I am your host, cover everything sport, international, local. Hope you're having a blessed day wherever you're tuned in around the world, whether it's 95 FM, pulse95radio.com, our app, Sharjah Broadcasting Authority, or even if you're chilling at home watching us live on YouTube. Thank you very much for connecting. I missed you guys on Wednesdays, but for obvious reasons, we weren't able to continue the show. But what a guest we have in store for you today. Now, I have a lot of pressure to pronounce her name right, seeing that we were speaking off air. Yasmin ElNager is on the show today. Was that okay? Yeah, she's on the show today, and she's an international showjumper, a proud mom, and a clinical pharmacist. Now, how is she coming to the show? We're bringing a lot of fire here. Amongst the cool things she does, she performs at the highest level, setting goals we could only wish for in her sport. On the show, we discussed why she picked the sport, the potential in show jumping, and how she stays fit, represents her country, and balances a whole household. And you heard it right, folks. That's going to be here on the only place to be at 3, the Halftime Show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Yes, we are back. Salam and welcome back to the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri. Did you miss me? I missed you guys, man. How you guys been? Hope you've had a good week. Unfortunately, after the tragic news we heard about the Sheikh, so we weren't able to do the show on Wednesday. But we're back here now, and we've got a nice special treat for you today. Yasmin ElNager is on the show today, and I'm so happy she's here with me. We've been talking off air. Yasmin, let me just give you a little bit of a round of applause as well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm very happy actually to be here now.
You've had
in front of you.
Thank you very much. You've had an eventful week. What you do in general is quite eventful, and I actually have to thank Maria for introducing your profile to me. And she said, "You need to get this."
Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, she's like,
if you can hear us.
She's like, "You need to get this girl on the show. She's awesome." So, tell us a bit more about you do and when did you fall in love with horse riding?
Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a little bit weird to say I started to ride when I was 29 years old, 30, which is very difficult because usually all the riders, they start since they're young. It's a very difficult sport, so the basics are important and you get them when you're young, but it's never too late, so...
I like that.
Yeah,
See,
it's
that's
never too late.
Already.
And now I'm 35. It's like almost 5-6 years, and I'm doing great. And more to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it also shows that anyone can do it at any time if you put your heart into it.
At any age.
Amazing. Is it something you have to love to be at the highest level?
Of course, because here we're dealing with an animal.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. The animals is exactly like us.
Yeah.
They can feel you. If you are nervous, they are nervous. And sometimes, yesterday you can win, and the next day you can enter the show. He doesn't want to jump the horse from the first fence. This is normal.
Yeah.
You cannot blame him.
Right.
There is no, and you cannot say this horse will jump. No, it's something not guaranteed at all.
So tell me more about the connection with you and the horse. So do you ride with the same horse normally, or do you several horses? How is that connection with the horse?
The rider can ride any horse, but usually I always say there is one horse for each rider.
Yeah.
You can have more than one horse, but like if other person have masalan horse that I really love but I cannot ride.
Right.
Even if he's easy.
Okay.
And maybe I can have a difficult horse that a professional rider cannot ride, because there is something called harmony between the horse and the rider.
Wow.
I have a good harmony, like with one of my horses. His name is Clintano.
Okay.
He's not the best horse ever, but for me, he's the best.
I love
everybody was saying, sell this horse. This horse is not good.
Yeah.
You will not have a good future with him, but I love him.
Okay.
And I'm sure one day we'll do something good.
See,
I'm not gonna give him up.
Yeah, I've never heard of that connection that you have to have. When you met, is it Clintano?
Clintano, yeah.
When you met Clintano, do you know his history or his medical background or what he's done?
I didn't know anything about him.
Okay.
Nothing. I rode him. I was on top of him. I said, this is my horse.
Right.
This is my horse. I'm gonna buy this horse.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so you showed and you proved that even that you started horse riding relatively late, it's never too late.
And I started the wrong way.
What's the wrong way?
Like, I didn't have a coach.
Okay.
Like, it was only personal effort. It's like, I like it, I'm gonna do it.
Right, okay, okay.
It's like, before learning how to jump properly, I went to Spain.
Okay.
And I said, I'm gonna participate in London Global Championship Tour. which is something almost impossible.
Yeah.
I didn't have a horse at that time. I went to someone, I rented the horse, and I entered 120 centimeter, which I can barely jump the 1 meter.
Right.
I went in and I said, let's just do it. First day, I fell off. Second day, I finished.
So you entered the competition before you had a coach or anything?
Nothing.
You just went to the competition?
And this is dangerous.
Okay.
It's like I said, I need to try to know what I want.
Okay, so the
Sometimes you need to
expectations.
experience first,
Right.
then you will know which direction you're going to.
Yeah.
This is crazy. But
Yeah.
the whole sport, the whole horse riding is a crazy thing to do.
See, already. Okay, so, and by the way, you're half Spanish, correct?
Yeah.
And so you're half Spanish and half...
Sudanese.
And you come from a pretty famous Sudanese family as well, because your father is a sports family, because your father was really involved in football, which we like. You hear that football, not that team you're wearing. And he was really huge. Was there quite a lot of pressure for you to represent in sport, coming from such a big family?
I didn't care about this actually. I was like,
nice.
I'm doing something I love. Of course, I'm gonna glow in it. That's the thing. When you do something you love, you will not care about anything else.
Nice.
You just keep going till the end.
So it's something you loved for a while, but you decided to take up on later.
Yeah. I loved horses my entire life, but never got the chance because like I was busy studying, I was busy getting married, I was busy having kids. You know, so this sport needs empty time, quite free time, so you can develop in it.
It's a lot of dedication.
Yes.
And
a lot.
And
patience.
And tell me, what type of training do you do for such a difficult sport?
I do gym, of course. But I have been doing the gym for a long time ago, not just because of the horses, but after the horse riding, I become more like committed to work out. I like, if you know Barry's boot camp, this kind of training. It's like 50 minutes and it's like 22 cardio and 22 lifting weights. So this combination is pretty good because it increases your level of fitness, your breathing. Because really, you need to know what to work, what to do. Not just like going to the gym and run here and there. And
it has to be more structured.
Yes.
Shout out to everyone who is tuned in on the Instagram live as well. Shout out to Amin, Masood, Amal, Murad, Rohan, Anita, and Kadil, Rashid, Spicy, Noura, Bilal, Fahad, Sam. We've got Lara, Louise, and who is
Hi, guys.
Everyone is, and Karine, of course, who is still alive, as she's confirming to me now, which is fantastic after a huge hike this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got plenty more coming up after the break on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Yes, we are back. Welcome back to the Halftime Show. Hope you're having a blessed Saturday wherever you're tuned in around the world, whether it's 95 FM, pulse95radio.com, our app, Sharjah Broadcasting Authority, or if you're chilling at home watching us live on YouTube. There. Thank you so much for connecting with us today. I'm so happy that you guys could join us. And what a fantastic guest we have in store. An international show jumper. We've never had a person of that level in that sport, which is fantastic. And I've been asking her questions off air, just as interesting as on air. So I thought sometimes I've got to bring it back and share that love with you guys, because she's got a very interesting story. Yasmin, representing your country is something that people dream of. However, there are pros and cons to doing so. Firstly, how does it feel to represent your country?
It feels great and difficult at the same time.
How is it difficult?
Because it's responsibility. You know, you want to do good. You want to put this flag high. But sometimes the circumstances or things happens that
is tough for you to adhere to. And among those things that happen normally, and something that happened to the whole world, was the pandemic. Now, what's interesting about your story is when the pandemic hit, you weren't able to do what you love. You weren't able to practice it. There was a transition in coaches as well. How was that transition for you psychologically?
It was very bad, to be honest. I was very weak, and I felt like I won't be able to do it again at all. Khalas, I lost everything. I lost the positivity, the spirit, everything. But alhamdulillah, we got back stronger than before.
Amazing. And in terms
That's the good thing about the pandemic, by the way. It makes us more strong. You know, like you have to consume the time right.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you have to do what you love.
Yes.
Fight for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you showed that especially earlier in the first segment when you spoke about, choosing the sport and dedicating your life to the sport. And now when the pandemic hits, psychologically, you reset. You start to value things differently. You start to adjust. You start to look at the different variables. What was it like when you weren't able to ride a horse, when you weren't able to practice, and you were actually in Sudan when that happened?
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
It was very bad. It affected me so much. I was like, first, crying every day. Literally every day crying.
Yeah.
Especially when I go through my phone and the videos and the horses and the shows.
Yeah.
And I feel like, khalas, this is end of the world. We're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you head over to the UAE once you were able to.
Yeah.
And then you start to, let's say, pick up the journey
Yeah.
to getting back on track, getting back on top,
Yeah.
being able to do what you love. What adjustments did you make to be able to now really, ride to the top with the situation?
First of all, I had to stay away from my home for a long time, which is very difficult because people cannot live alone, especially when you have a family and you have kids, they need you.
Yeah.
But at least they are now proud of me.
Yeah.
I had to give up on them for a few time, so to force myself to get back stronger. And now it feels good, and I'm setting them an example actually.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of way of raising your kids.
Yes.
Like not to ask them to do this or to show them how to do this. Just be a model for them.
Right.
They will watch you.
Yeah.
And they will do what you do.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're proud of you as a mom as well. What about is there an expectation on children to follow their parents when they reach a top level in sports?
Yes, of course. It doesn't have to be the same sport.
Yeah.
But I always say sport spirit.
Yeah.
This is something very important.
Yeah.
Especially for kids, because you need to improve in each sport
Yeah.
at young age.
Yes.
So if you know what they love now when they're young, you can work on it.
Yeah. And
they can become better and better.
And the thing that I really like about your story is it's almost like defying the odds. The fact that you started at 29 horse riding, which is something you loved for a long time.
Yeah, and actually people were laughing at me like, oh my God, she wants to learn horse riding now.
Yeah. How do kids find out what they love? Because for you, it took you a while, even though you loved horses, it took you a while to say, you know what, I'm going to compete. How do the children and families start to nurture their kids to get into sport? How do you identify that?
I observe them every day. It's like you see their attitude in the house.
Yeah.
Like for example, my daughter, she likes to spin and to do like
Dancing?
flexibility movement. So I put her into gymnastics.
Nice.
And actually she's doing really great at it.
Okay, and how old is she?
Now she's 16.
MashaAllah. What's her name?
Dana Maria.
Dana Maria. Maria is going to be so happy that your daughter's called Dana Maria. Dana Maria, shout out to Dana Maria if she's watching.
Yeah, and actually today she has prize giving.
Okay.
Yeah, at the school.
All right, Dana Maria, whatever happens, you are a winner. Don't worry. We're here at the halftime show.
I'm proud of her actually.
Yes, and Mom
She
is...
got the highest marks.
Did she?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well done, Dana Maria. Rashid is asking you, Yasmina, how do you reset?
Difficult question.
This guy's a regular, actually. So when it comes down to, let's say, when you hit a certain pinnacle and then because you're quite a strong personality,
Yeah.
we spoke about that earlier, how do you readjust and reset to go back up again? Do
You want the truth?
Yes.
My God.
Okay.
بقوي إيماني زيادة.
Yes.
يعني
Your
بقرب
faith.
من ربنا.
Yes.
My faith in God.
Yes.
Because I believe that God gives you hard time.
Yeah.
Because He wants you to do better.
Yes.
So why don't we take the positive side of it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. And a lot of people spend a lot of time, worrying about what they don't have. But I like the fact that you've spun that around and said it's a test to make us stronger.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, last question before we take a break. The first time you got your opportunity at horse riding, we spoke about it earlier. What would you advise a younger version of you right now who wants to get into horse riding? What would you advise her to do her first time?
If you love horses and you got the talent, please start now.
Okay.
Don't waste your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. There you go, guys. Make sure you stay tuned because we want to be right back after. We're going to play you some Anthony Tuma, and we'll be right back after this. Enjoy, folks, and stay tuned for more on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time. It's the only time you're going to be tuning in on the radio on a Saturday. Pulse 95 Radio, the heart of Sharjah, on the halftime show with me, Omar Al-Duri, on the only place to be here. Now, we've got Yasmin ElNager here on the show today. Did I say your name right again? Yes, got her name right. On the show today, and I have to thank Maria for connecting me with Yasmin, or Simsim, as we are friends now. I'm going to call her by her nickname. Maria sent me her profile and said, you need to get this woman on your show. One of the many things that this woman does, apart from being an international show jumper, horse rider, representing her country, as we spoke about, is staying incredibly fit and also being a mother.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued by this part because even when we were talking off air, you said something that I'm going to bring again to the show because, like I said, the behind the scenes footage is just as good as the show.
Yeah.
You said it's not all about winning. With the intention to win, when you join anything, it is about winning. But explain to me the theory about it's not all about winning. What is it about as a show jumper?
It's about feeling good from inside,
Okay.
that you did something and you did it right. And you entertained people, yani they like it, you affected them,
Yeah.
you left a good impression at them. You know, you have to enter the start line and get out from the finish line that you are happy, that you are stronger. Sometimes some people, they have experience, like they enter, they win, and they come out sad.
Yeah. It's a very good
they
point.
don't enjoy it. You have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not only the sport, you have to enjoy everything we do.
Interesting. And you said show jump means
shows
something.
comes before jumping.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's more about the show than the jumping.
Yeah, I have to be pleasant for people's eyes.
Okay. Interesting. How important is it in balancing and sustaining all the amazing things you do? How important is it to have the right balance?
To have the right balance, okay. Well, I don't know what to say for you.
Yeah, and if, for example, you've got a family,
Yeah.
you've got your career.
Yeah. Maybe I got used to it. That's why.
Yeah.
It's something that you cannot say. You can only do.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
You don't plan it.
Mhm.
You know, you experience it,
Yeah.
and then you set your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not easy, of course.
Of course.
Especially, I had the 3 of them when I was studying.
You had the 3 of them, so you have 3
Yeah.
kids, mashallah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 1 girl, 2 boys, you know. I was like studying with my stomach like this.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
go to the exam, you know, in my second kid, I was in the 4th year. Yeah. And I was studying clinical pharmacy.
Okay.
My due was the next day from the exam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you guys are watching her on YouTube, by the way, and you can see her, you will never imagine, mashallah, the sister has 3 kids and is an international athlete. Like this is exactly the perfect example of striking a balance. Yasmina, how do you manage all these things? I know you said you just do it, but how do you manage the physical, the psychological, the emotional part of all these factors?
It's very difficult, but I organize it, you know. As I told you before, I have this dream board,
Yeah.
and everything has to go according to the dream board.
Right.
You know, setting your goals, like the goals are different. There's the career goal, family goals, and personal goals in
Yes.
yourself. I want to look like this.
Yeah.
I want to be like this. I want to achieve this. You know, if you just focus on all of them, you
Yeah.
will do it.
Yeah, that's so
It
interesting.
depends, you know, it's an internal desire.
Internal desire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something comes from inside.
And how often do you update your own personal board?
It depends. Sometimes some things I got it done, and I want to do them again in
Yeah.
a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
So you keep. It sounds like you're a planner as well. Like
Yeah.
you're a perfectionist. I know you spoke about this
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
but you know, is there any such thing as perfection?
Well, the perfection is it's a big word.
Yeah.
It's a big word. Like has positivities, has its negativities. You know, the positive part of it, like doing everything perfect, is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But getting angry from not getting it perfect, this is the negative thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Really good.
Because we have to believe that nothing goes as planned all the time. You know.
Yeah.
في circumstances you can control.
Yeah.
في others you cannot control.
Yeah. So there
Out
are
of your
circumstances you can control, and there's some
Yeah.
things that you can't.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to all the mothers out there who want to be fit, do what they love, and look
Yeah.
after a household?
Yeah.
Because being a mom in itself is a full-time job.
Love yourself. Yeah. Love
So
yourself.
you would ask them to self-love.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
love yourself, you will love everyone. You will love the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very, very
And do
good.
what you love. Really, when you do something you love, you will glow
Yeah.
naturally. You
Yeah.
will glow
It comes from the inside.
inside. Yeah.
Fantastic. Right. Okay,
and,
guys.
and try it once. When you try it once and you see the success you do,
Yeah.
it feels amazing.
Yeah.
The taste of success will make you go forward and forward and forward.
Very nice. Shout out to Hidayah. And Masoud is saying to enjoy the process is important. Absolutely, Masoud. You got it right. Okay, guys, you've got one more segment to ask Yasmina Simsim the questions that you have, because we're almost at full time already on the halftime show. This show has absolutely flown by. I'm going to play you some Blackstreet No Diggity, and we'll be right back after this. Enjoy the drive, Louise, Kareen, and Lara. Enjoy it, and we'll be right back after this.
This is the halftime show with Omar Al Duri on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time, and I can't believe it's almost full time on the halftime show. I'm sure you've enjoyed it just as much as I have. We've had a great time on and off air with Yasmin ElNager here on the show. International show jumper, represents her country, clinical pharmacist, she's a proud mom of 3.
My masters, don't forget that.
And her masters as well. I mean, I need to pull out the list now. She's been really good, and I'm so glad that she's been able to join us here on the show. Yasmina, there's a couple of things. We spoke about representing your country. We spoke about, striking the right balance. But something else you said on there, which was very interesting. You said the physical and mental aspect of training isn't just about looking good.
Yeah.
What is it about then in your eyes?
Feeling good, of course.
Feeling
If I
good.
feel good, I will look good.
And it comes down to what we were talking about earlier. You were talking about how important self-love is.
Self-love.
Being able to love yourself so you can actually give more to people.
Yeah, exactly. Love yourself. Like modify your food,
Yeah.
your sleeping time,
Yeah.
your daily habits. This is love yourself. Go to the spa, get with your friends, do things you love.
Yeah.
It will reflect a lot.
Yeah. So what are the things that you love that you do on a daily basis or weekly
Eating
basis?
healthy, of course.
Yeah.
It's like I have to have like the perfect breakfast to start the day, because it affects you physically
Yeah.
and mentally.
Yeah.
Like if you eat good, you will feel good, you will perform better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's breakfast? What do you have for breakfast?
I love omelets
Okay.
a lot, and I have my fitness cereals.
Okay.
Fruits.
Omelets, Spanish or Sudani?
Wallah, both.
A mixture? Okay,
مرة
nice.
كده مرة كده. Sometimes like this, sometimes like that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Also, I got to ask you, with this current situation, obviously, in the pandemic,
Yeah.
you're still performing.
Yeah, actually.
And you have a show coming up next week.
Yes.
You were going to say something.
During the pandemic, and
Yeah.
I was working out,
Okay.
but eating at the same time, like
Okay.
junk food, we didn't have nothing to do,
Yeah.
only eating all the time and watching
yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
I had a machine in the house, the cross.
Okay.
I do it every day.
Yeah.
And I also lift some weights at the house and dancing sometimes.
Okay.
But still I added weight
Okay.
because I did not modify the food. I couldn't.
Yeah.
very
yeah.
difficult.
It was tough to kind of
Yes,
get
yes,
that
yes.
balance. You have events coming up.
Next, inshallah.
Next week, inshallah, in
Next week
Forsan.
Forsan, Abu Dhabi.
Okay, and it is tough to kind of support you. So I'm sure when things are a bit better, we'll have all the halftime show followers and listeners, following your progress. Where can we find you? Are you active on social media? Do you
Yes.
do? What's your social media handle?
I have my Instagram. I use it a lot.
Okay.
More than Facebook.
And what is it for the listeners?
Yeah, it's Yasmin ElNager.
Okay.
Same. Yeah.
One
My name.
word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Together.
Fantastic.
Yasmin ElNager.
Fantastic. What's the plans for this year for you? What's the ambition? What's on the board?
To be honest, I want to go to Holland.
Okay. Why Holland?
Because it's the best place for training and getting better in horse riding.
Interesting.
Like they have a lot of camps, زي المعسكر كده.
Yeah, like a camp.
Usually people they take their horses during summertime to Holland.
Wow.
And they practice there.
So they fly their horses.
Yeah, it's the country of like
Okay.
this sport.
I learned something new today. All right, interesting.
So this is my dream for this year.
Okay, and do you think, inshallah, hopefully that...
Last year we planned, but it didn't happen because of the...
Yeah.
But the other thing, not only Corona, now Europe is it's in lockdown, most of the countries.
Yes.
But we have like a virus hitting the horses also.
Okay.
This might be a problem as well.
Right, so maybe that will be put on hold because I know that some sports are reintroducing fans to the stadium. Like, for example, UFC, I think April 24th or April 27th. For the first time, they'll be able to have 15,000 fans in there. Is there any likelihood that we'll be able to see that in horse riding?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Inshallah, hopefully we'll be able to get to get more of that. And also, we're going to definitely follow your progress and see your amazing things that you're doing. We've reached full time on the halftime show. How was your experience on the show, Yasmina?
It was really good, actually.
Yeah, you had fun.
Yeah, I have fun, and sometimes you really need to transfer your experience to people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
This is very important.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for transferring your experience and your energy to the halftime show. Really, really appreciate having you down. Remember, guys, you can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 3 to 4 UAE time. And if you do miss the show, don't worry. Head over to the YouTube channel. Check out Pulse 95 Radio, and we have all of our guests there talking about incredible things like mental health, gut health, and how the brain is so important in what we do in everyday life. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day. And thank you, Yasmina. And we'll see you back again on Monday. Take care, guys. Peace.
If you liked this episode of The Halftime Show, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.